Hi, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Nicole, and today I'm going to talk about something that I think is a huge bang for your buck in terms of beauty, and that is silk pillowcases. They really aren't very expensive, and they really help your face, your hair, everything. And I've been doing some research on it because I've been using them since I was about 17 years old. I read an article in probably like 17 or something, and they had a little blip saying, that they're really good for your face and your skin and your hair. So I went out and went looking, and all I could find was a set of sheets that had, satin pillowcases in them. And I bought that, and it's kind of hysterical. I put them in my bed. I thought, oh, this would be so neat, so luxurious. And I spent the whole night, it was like scooting away in my pillow. I was chasing it, and I kept boom, sliding out. So I never actually ended up using the sheets again because I either had to have the pillowcases that were satin, like kind of anchored on cotton, or I had to, just have the sheets and I'd have to have cotton. I really liked the satin feel. So since then I've graduated to silk, I still do have one of my old satin pillowcases, and I also got a newer one so I could show you guys what those are like now because they are a bit more budget friendly. But even the most expensive silk pillowcase isn't so bad. So just real quickly to give you, before I show you those, to give you a bit of the research on it, they say that, and this is from this Jennifer Peterson, a dermatologist at the Dermatology and Laser Surgery Center in Houston, that the tightly woven smooth fibers of silk help keep moisture close to the skin. And then when you wake up after sleeping on a silk pillowcase, your face will be better hydrated than if you slept on cotton, because cotton is absorbing off of your face, whereas the silk, isn't. And of course, also the silk is not going to be bunching up like cotton. It's thicker. It holds its shape more. So, who hasn't woken up with a big old crease in their face, right? Whereas the satin just tends to flatten out as you lay on it. So that's also nicer. And also, it's more tolerated by people with sensitive skin, so silk is better if you have sensitive skin. I don't particularly have sensitive skin, but if you do, that's good for you. And then people are very rarely allergic to silk, and it has natural substances that ward off various environmental allergens. So that's a good thing. And they also say that it keeps your hair soft and moisturized, and sleeping on a cotton pillowcase can cause your hair to bunch up and knot and get staticky. And, with the silk one, in fact, one of the people in the research was saying the best thing to do if you want to keep your hair, your blowout, have less oils coming out, is wrap your hair in a silk scarf before you go to sleep. So I don't know how well I'd sleep with a scarf on my head, but it's worth a try if I ever have a fancy hairdo I want to keep or a really awesome blowout. So they also say that because it's not man-made, it contains amino acids that are compatible and friendly to human skin. And they say that it also adjusts comfortably to ambient temperature, so it keeps you cool when it's hot, and it's warm in winter. So that's nice. I've been using them so long that every once in a while, like we were at a hotel the other night and I didn't bring my own. Oh, if you bring your own, make sure you get one in some loud color, not white, because I have very sadly lost a couple of my silk pillowcases at hotels over the years when I brought one along. So now I make sure to have one in a color of some sort, so it doesn't just, I just don't notice it. The other thing about silk, there are different kinds of silk, and they say the best kind is mulberry silk, and that is silk where the silkworms are fed exclusively mulberry leaves, and that makes one very long strand. And then when they weave it into this charmeuse weave, which is, I guess, a typical satin weave, then that gives you the even greater depth and softness and is even better for you. According to the National Center for Sleep Disorders research at the National Institute of Health, 30 to 40% of Americans have problems sleeping, and they say that sheets that are bunching up, pillowcases that are bunching up, those can interfere with a good night's sleep, and silk really helps with that. And also the other kind of sheets can invite dust mites and things like that, so sounds like silk is better for that according to these guys. And they also say that, according to Jeffrey Spiegel, a facial plastic surgeon and professor at Boston University, that you get sleep wrinkles from sleeping on the cotton sheets. And he says to use a silk pillowcase, which is gentler and less likely than cotton to resist your face and cause wrinkles, which makes sense because cotton, it has a lot more body to it than silk, which just goes blip when you put your face on it. And to choose your pillowcase, They say look at the type of silk. Like I said, the mulberry is the best, the type of the weave, the charmeuse is the best, the weight of the fabric, and the workmanship. And as far as the weight of the fabric, I bought 2 different weights now to try because mine, the one that I have, I think is like the thinnest that I just bought, but I think that it might even be thinner. Oh, and then there's one other thing I was going to say. There are some other pillowcases out there. There's this one, and I don't own this. It's $60, which, and it's not actually silk. It is actually made out of polyester, and it's infused with copper. And they say that it's a rejuvenating pillowcase, and it has copper ions in it, and it's an essential mineral known to play an important role in the healthy function of the skin. So this is kind of interesting, and I actually put a call into the company because I had some questions, because I can see it's available online at Sephora, and they do carry it in Neiman Marcus stores. Next time I'm at Neiman Marcus, I'll go and I'll see if they have one that you can actually touch. But I'm just wondering, because if it's not silky, I don't know, I'd almost rather put stuff on my skin with my serums and my creams and all that good stuff than try to absorb it out of the pillowcase. You know what I mean? Because I like the satininess. So maybe this feels satiny and smooth, but somebody did in the review say this is not silky, satiny pillowcase. So I'm kind of thinking it's not. But just to put that out there, there are all kinds of infused pillowcases that are available now too. But those mainly seem to be out of cotton, and like this one is polyester. So to show you my pillowcases, I'm going to start with my really oldies. This is like ancient. I think when I was in Hong Kong once I got this one. And it's like worn to death, but I probably had this for like at least 15 years. So, but I mean, look at that. And this has gone to the washer, the dryer, and it's still fine. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's probably not the best. It's got some areas that are kind of starting to fray a bit. So this is now just kind of the extra that I have around in case I really, really need one and I can't find my good one. But this is about ready for retirement, but they really hold up well. And this is satin. It is not silk. And you can see that it has like a pretty, a little bit more noticeable weave than you'll see in the newer ones that I bought. This one is silk. I've had this about 4 years, and it's fairly lightweight. I did not mean to order this color when I ordered it. It was kind of an accident. Be careful, because some of the sites, they'll show a color, but then you can actually still choose a color, so you have to check into that. But this one, it's a very, very, you don't see bumps really where it's woven. It seems very smooth. And so this has been very nice. And this is my first actual silk one that I bought, because I had all the satin until then and they were holding up. So why buy more? Now I went online, and you can buy a nice satin one like this for $9.40 on Amazon. So, it's got the thing that wraps over your pillow, so it's totally encased. So if you just want to try it out and you're on a budget, this is $9.40. That is, like getting 2 NYX lip butters or something. So you could totally go get this and see how you like it. If you want to spend a little bit more money, the silk ones, and I bought these from Fisher's Finery, and they were on Amazon. And the 19 millimeter one, that one was, this is it here, that one was $24.99. And, it is very fine. You can't really see a lot of, weave to it. And it feels super nice and soft. And then I went and tried this one. This is the 25 millimeter one. And it definitely has more weight to it. It's a little thicker. But, honestly, I don't know if there's really a huge difference between the two. I mean, in terms of how they feel in your skin. And as for lasting a long time, that other one, which I honestly think this one is thinner than even the 19 millimeter one I have, unless just over time it's thinned out. But I don't know if it's really worth the extra $10 to get the thicker one. I'll let you know over time. But yeah, so these are my 2 new ones, so we'll see how those go. But anyway, I hope this has helped. Again, I really, really think it makes a difference, when you do sleep on them versus don't sleep on them. They're fairly inexpensive compared to what, you can pay for a lot of stuff for your skin, and they last forever. They don't run out. You don't have to reorder. So have you ever used a silk pillowcase? I would love to know, and what you thought of it, if you still use them, where you bought it. I just got mine off of Amazon. So would love to hear about that. Just leave it in the comments, and if you could give my video a thumbs up if you liked it, that would be great. And if you want to find out when I'm having more videos released, they will pop up in your email if you're a subscriber. So subscribe button's right there or there. I don't know quite which way this is going to point now. Oh well, but you know what I mean. So thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are.